said the only constant is change in college football, but over more than 150 years, there have been some things that you can count on. If you can run the football, you have a chance to win. And boy, do we have guys who can do that in this one. Welcome to Austin, Texas, and DKR, home of the Texas Longhorns. As we'll see a squad from the Big Ten, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on one of the participants from last year's playoff, the Texas Longhorns. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, David Pollack, Jesse Palmer alongside. Guys, we can't wait to see this game. Been looking forward to it all week. And the Longhorns will kick it away to start us off. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Looking for a man. It's Sayin. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season, that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player, you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged. But when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conferences are better? You're going to get a lot of answers today.
Gotta love this play call early in the football game. Like the quarterback, get in a rhythm, run a screen play, get it to a playmaker, create some space, move the sticks, get a first down. Nice start for this offense.
Looking to throw on first down. All kinds of room to throw that one in there. And he's brought down after a nice gain.
Yeah, and you've seen these curl routes. This is a timing route, understanding the ball's got to come out of my hand right when he hits the top of that curl. Nice job by the QB finding him. Nice catch.
And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. They think there's room to run to the right here. How about this sophomore stopping him short of the first down line?
And you want to run the football. I mean, that's okay. You'll take some of these. But if they start to add up down the road, obviously, you might want to think about airing it out a little bit.
This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. They'll go right back to it. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Man, not much wiggle room for the ball carrier there.
I'm not really sure what they can do to try to create some space.
I know. Block better. How about the offensive lineman push some guy backwards and make some holes?
DKR heating up and trying to make 3rd down impossible here. Wants to throw. It's Sayin. Makes the grab.
3rd down is money down. You got to find a way to execute and get the ball out and get it to your playmakers. That was the opposite of that. They got it to their playmakers, and they got absolutely nowhere. Lost yards on the play. 4th down now upcoming.
And they'll get him down after the return at the 27-yard line. On the ground, it's Fletcher. Breaks into the open. Really good job to pick up a chunk of yardage and get it out to the 39-yard line.
Man, those are so hard to defend. You know, the quarterback, obviously he's doing the run-pass option and creating some indecision in my head. And look at that. He hands it off, and the back gets a quick 10, easy. You know, like just chews up yardage. Just really, really tough to stop those kind of plays.
The give to the running back from the shotgun. And there was nowhere to go, just stopped in his tracks in the backfield.
Defense is about firing off, hitting the offensive guys, and staying in your gaps. Everybody knowing where they're supposed to be. You could tell the defense, everyone was right where they're supposed to be, nowhere to run.
The Longhorns trying to find their way forward after the big loss on the last play. They'll go to work in the air on second down. Got his man on the right. At midfield, he's got room. Across the 50 and down and out of bounds at the 44. A good pickup on that one. They've done a really good job identifying mismatches, and they find one out of the backfield there.
Reese, I really don't think it's that hard. My guy is better than yours. Find the matchup across the field. Running back's got some speed. Get it in his hands quickly. Throw it to him fast. Let him make somebody miss against a slower guy that's usually a linebacker.
He's going to lose a yard on that one.
And I like the defense being aggressive. They heated up that RPO. He didn't even give him time to read it. I'm getting in the backfield right now, making a play, being aggressive, bringing the fight to the offense.
Behind the chains now on second and long. Dropping back, it's Lagway. Makes the grab. And gang tackling on this dude is a good idea. They needed it, but he still got the first down.
Yeah, great job creating space. That's what you're supposed to do. When you get man coverage, you got to find a way to get a step, make it easy for your quarterback to read that leverage, and when he drags across the field, he could see he had him. He completes it for the first down.
And this set of downs gets started from the 33, first and 10. From the shotgun, the handoff to the back. Defense there to make the stop after a pickup of 2 to the 30.
I like the decision there in the RPO game too, guys. I know he only got a couple of yards, but that play's going to open up bigger opportunities throwing the football down the field in the RPO game too. So keep handing it off to this guy. Let him see what he can do. And when the defense gives you the look to hold the football and then finally throw it, that's when you take advantage.
And the pass is incomplete thanks to a big hit.
Well, it was a good throw, it was a good route, but it was the hit that forced that incompletion.
Third and long from the 30-yard line, in this defense hoping to knock them out of field goal range. From the gun, wants to pass. It's caught downfield. He gets right to the edge of the red zone. He's out of bounds at the 20. We asked earlier this week, who's your favorite receiver? And, of course, he said the open one. But we know who he really wants to go to on third down.
The best one. I mean, I think the open one, obviously the politically correct answer, but you want to find the guy that you got that great chemistry with. You know exactly where he's going to be. You got that bond and that trust.
Wants to throw on first down off the play fake. Snagged in the middle. It's Rocket. Touchdown Longhorns! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. They're bellowing out Texas fight right now as the Horns are ready after that touchdown drive.
And what a great way to start. Get the crowd jacked up. When you do something good like this early, that burnt orange is going absolutely bananas in the stands. And the rest of the game, the defense, the special teams, everybody feeds off their great energy.
And the extra point was good as they finished the drive. They're ready to kick it away, and this crowd is buzzing after that last score. Fielded in the end zone, it's Graham. Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out of the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. This drive will open from the 15. Looking downfield, it's SIGH. Got a man, it's Messer. Just what they were looking for to get this drive rolling. They're out to the 35.
I'll tell you, this guy has to get touches early in games. They're doing a good job of that right now. He's so dangerous once he has the ball in his hands. And I think if you're on offense, you move him around and you find more creative ways to get him involved.
They opened up this drive, getting all the way out to the 35, and now it's first down again. Wants to throw on first down. The throw. Just too much juice on that one as he airmails his receiver out of bounds.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
Time winding down in the quarter as they come to the line. Misfired on first down, back to the air on second. Makes the grab inside the 30. They are finding soft spots in this defense. He's got it down to the 25.
25-yard line. And that's good enough for a first down. That's the end of the first quarter.
Lots of time left and ready to go back at it here in the second quarter.
Ohio State, 0.
So after the break, they'll go back to work. He wants to throw it again. Starting to feel a little pressure. Can't find his man as he took a shot trying to deliver that football, and it'll be second down.
And that's why you always want to be pursuing the football. QB's scrambling, he rolls out to the right, but don't quit if you're on defense. Get somebody after the QB. They got to him, they hit him, and forced the incompletion.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. On the ground, it's Peoples. Got enough for the first down and wants more. He's guided out of bounds. They'll mark it at the 6-yard line, and this defense has to be reeling.
And this running back right now is sending a very clear message. He doesn't want to just be known as a guy that can run around you or run away from you. He wants you to know he can lower the shoulder and get those tough yards if need be.
Defense just going after him. They stop him for a loss of 6.
I like the idea of going toss to the field, but you got to have better blocking by your wide receivers out there on the perimeter. They didn't get it done, and as a result, that's a negative play.
Defense rolls up deep in its own end on that last play. Now a second and long coming. To the air, it's SIGH. He's got it and still on his feet. Touchdown, Buckeyes! Nice catch and good work afterwards to get it into the end zone.
A big question mark for this offense coming into the year, guys. Who could score touchdowns? Who are going to be their biggest playmakers on offense? This guy scored in the first game. He's off to a great start in this one with that touchdown. This guy looks like the real deal.
Let's go to the studio now and check in with Kevin Connors. Kevin, what do you got?
Hey, fellas, here's a final update on a clash between top 15 teams. Michigan found a way to pull out a victory. It wasn't vintage maize and blue football. Those folks in the big house won't remember this one forever, but they will remember it was a W. Big implications today and a notable result as one team trends upward and the other has some work to do.
And Kevin Connors keeping an eye on everything all over the country. Sounds like they had a good one there. Wasting no time throwing on this drive. That's reeled in. It's Fletcher. He goes out of bounds right at the 37-yard line. A good, productive play there to get things going.
And that's why if you're the offensive coordinator, you've got to find as many ways as possible to get this guy going. Just get him the ball close to the line of scrimmage. Doesn't need to be a throw deep down the field. He's so dynamic when he has the ball in his hands. You saw it right there.
Incomplete. He had to get rid of it before he wanted to. The defense put the heat on.
There's a lot of QBs that when they get hit and when they get hurried and when they get pressured, they become very average. Really nice job by the defense pressuring the quarterback.
Misfired on the last play. They'll go back to the air. That one never had a chance. Incomplete.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee he's tapping his helmet saying, hey, that's my bad.
Scanning the field. It's Lagway. Makes the grab. It's Baxter. They stop him right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th down. Will they bring out the punt team? The Longhorns will send out the punt unit. They'll have to boot it away for the first time tonight. Punt is on its way. They're able to put a stop to that return right at the 30-yard line. They'll crank up this drive from the 30-yard line. Off the play fake on 1st down to throw. On the move to the right and looking for a big one. He's got it along the sideline. Wide open spacing. Touchdown, Ohio State. All that baby in and then strolled into the end zone for the score.
One of the things I love about this quarterback, David, is that he keeps his eyes downfield when he gets outside the pocket. He might have had an opportunity to take off running with that, but he knew he had an opportunity for an even bigger play. And how about the run after the catch?
And that's great. You love that about the quarterbacks, but it's so frustrating when you got a guy that just breaks the container in the pocket, breaks down your defense. Now you got to cover longer in the back end, and you could tell he comes free, he sees him, catches it, and walks right into the end zone.
Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. A lot of work to do as this drive will start from the 16-yard line. Leaves it with the back. They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
This offense has really struggled, and I think you're just waiting for one play, one explosive play to happen to hopefully galvanize you a bit offensively. That's not the case, and there, they try to run the football in the first play of the drive, and it gets absolutely blown up for a loss.
To the air, it's Lagway. Almost a D-lineman's dream, but he couldn't hang on. It'll be 3rd down.
Yeah, nice coverage, and you'd like to snag that interception, but there's always a reason why these thoroughbred athletes play defense. And it's usually because of their lack of hands, like you just saw.
Rushes on him. And he was hit just as he released it, and it falls to the turf.
Great job by the defense dialing out some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
And the Longhorns decide to punt it away. This will be the 2nd time they've had to kick it away. He was able to get that ball up to the 48-yard line before he stopped on the return. They'll start this drive at their own 48. Back in motion, try to clear the picture. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Incomplete. And man, is he lucky to get that one back. Defense that close to an interception.
I don't know about the decision that time by the quarterback. He may have been expecting man coverage, but that time the defense was in zone, and they did a really nice job closing the window. And the intended target was not open. That's why that one fell incomplete.
They'll throw again after the incompletion. Safe completion on the screen. Didn't pick up a lot there, moved it forward just a few.
Yeah, and you're going to see this offense find different ways to get this running back involved. It's not just going to be on handoffs, and they're certainly going to line him up in different places and even throw him the football. But the screen game's a big part of it, too. They're trying to get him going there.
Horns up and ready to hook him. Serious noise on third down in DKR. Looking downfield, it's Sayin. Steps away to find some room. Trying to make magic on the scramble. They'll make the stop about 3 yards short of the first down. So the offense is going to go for it on fourth down. Turns out to be an easy conversion for this offense as they move the chains on fourth down.
How many times do you see receivers catch the ball and dance and you get so annoyed because you're like, dude, do you see the yellow line? Go and get it. Really nice job by the receiver with the second effort, getting the extra yards and getting the first down.
The Buckeyes will snap it on 1st and 10. Try to get it to the edge. Big time play by the defense. He'll lose 4. Well, the head coach told us in pregame he liked the way his defense's speed matched up, and it's really hard to get the edge against these guys.
And everybody wants to run outside and get their fast guys in space, but you look at how fast these backers close and run the football. It looks like you've got a little bit of space out wide, and then, boom, it's gone in a hurry.
Got it in the middle, it's Thurman. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. You know, David, this is really what game managing is. Nice pickup on second down to help them on the next play.
Yeah, I think people look at that negative sometimes, finding a quarterback that's a game manager. No, use your brain. Set up good situations. I'm way more successful when I can keep those sticks in a more manageable situation, and I'm not as predictable on a third down.
Back to throw, it's Sayin. Finds his man down the middle. They make the stop about 4 yards short of the first down.
Man, I love the defense. How about the physicality on that one? That's a tough route to defend, and he catches the football, but what does he do? He gets him on the ground right now. Good physical tackle. No yak on that catch.
Thought maybe they would consider the field goal here, but the offense is staying out there on fourth down. He'll try to throw and pick up the first down. Here he goes breaking the pocket. He's going to take off. He'll be stopped and knocked out of bounds short the line to gain. It'll be a turnover on down. They spun that wheel of fortune on fourth down and come up bankrupt. They take over late and they have enough time to put together a drive. To the air on first down. That's caught. It's Ringo. And the defense settled in to stop that one for a short gain.
Nice completion here to this wide receiver, and you're going to see this receiver line up in different spots all over the field all game long. Defense has got to keep their eye on where this guy is because they know he's a big part of this offensive success.
So now it's 2nd and long. Back to pass. Shoots it to the left. Excellent coverage and good use of the hands to knock it away.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Trying to move the sticks on third down through the air. And it's incomplete despite some serious arm strength shown there. The Longhorns will line up to punt it away. He'll try to really get into this one. Punt is on its way. He's brought down, but a really solid effort to pick up every bit of yardage he could on the punt return. Plenty of time left in the half here as they take over, but they will want to be efficient here in the final 2 minutes. To the air, it's SIGH. Got it in the middle, it's Thurman. He stopped at the 40, but it'll be a first down here late in the half.
Well, this offense told us coming in they were going to challenge this secondary early and often. They were going to use their speed to their advantage and take advantage of this quarterback's touch and arm talent. And they already in the second quarter, they've got over 200 yards thrown.
Looking to throw on first down. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. Pulls it in, it's Tate. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half.
Now, I think this receiver's forte is his route running. He's a guy that can line up all over the field, but it's not just catching post routes and goes. This guy can run shallows, he can run slants, he can run the option routes and find soft spots in the defense. This guy really has all the routes in his toolbox.
Caught over the middle, it's Thurman. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. Motion from the wideout. Looking downfield on first down. Release to the back. And the pass is incomplete, but it might not matter. Flag is down, and it looked as if the defense was roughing up that receiver. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Looking to throw on first down. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for one or two more plays. Going to work in the red zone. They can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wants to go up top. Now adjusting. Pass falls incomplete, and there are still 3 seconds left.
But how loud is it in this building? This is crazy. These fans are going absolutely nuts. And I used to love when the fans got involved, and I'm on defense because it messes with the snap count, it messes with the communication, and it can really rattle an offense.
Just enough time for one final play in this half. Offense calls a timeout here. Critically important to make sure they have the right play called and everyone on the same page here. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. And he curls that thing just inside the left upright. And now the lead's extended a little further.
And that's not the way they wanted to end the drive, but nice job being ready and your field goal kicker coming through and putting 3 points on the board.
They were ready for the onside kick and executed perfectly, and they secure the football. He'll be brought down, and that's the final play of the half. First half in the books. Time now to join Kevin Connors in our halftime update. The Buckeyes will kick it away to crank up the second half. Coming out with it, it's Gibson. He's brought down at the 16. Would have been much better off to take the touchback. We'll see what they can do on this drive that starts at the 16-yard line. Sends it back in motion. Back to throw. It's Lagway. Swings it out to the flat. And the defense had that one well covered. Just a short game there.
What's important in this game, this offense gets the running back involved out on the perimeter in space where he can do some damage. That time they got it to him throwing the football. Picked up a couple of yards, but it gives the defense something to think about.
What will they dial up on second and a long way to go? They go to the ground. Just gets it to the 28, pickup of 1.
And that run really didn't go anywhere. And a lot of times we don't focus on it enough, but how important those 5 guys are up front. To get on those defensive linemen, to try to move them out of the way, to get a run game going, it squarely falls on the shoulder of those 5 offensive linemen.
On third down, going up top. Throws for the tight end. And they can't make the connection on third down.
And you thought maybe in this second half this offense could just find a rhythm, find something to take advantage of this defense, but the defense has really had their number, not putting up a lot of points, and again, an empty possession right there.
Kick is in the air. And the punt team able to smack him to the ground. Trying to get the edge on the right. He is going nowhere. Stop at the line of scrimmage.
It's hard to run on a defense that comes off the ball like that and runs to the football like that. Good luck. No holes anywhere.
Didn't get much on first down. It's 2nd and 9. Back to throw. It's Sayin. Looking to the big tight end. And he really needed to hold on to that one, but it was knocked loose, and third down is coming.
Hey, man, if you're going to force incompletions when the QB's throwing to the tight end, you better be physical. Nice job with the hit, forcing that incompletion.
DKR heating up and trying to make third down impossible here. From the gun, wants to pass. He took a hit as he threw it and couldn't deliver the football. It's incomplete, and fourth down's coming.
Well, this is a disappointing drive for the offense, considering where this drive started, in their opponent territory. Now you're 4th and long. You've got to be better throwing the football in those types of situations.
Pretty solid coverage there, and they'll stop him at the 26. They'll get this drive started from their own 26. Wants to throw on first down. He's got the tight end. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. It's amazing how fluid and potent an offense can seem when you get a great pickup on first down, and the tight end's a terrific place to go.
Tight ends nowadays are...
There he goes. He's at the 10. Slippery slide, found his way and ran away from the crowd into the end zone. Touchdown, Texas!
Well, I know it's early this season, but it's obvious already. This guy is a major weapon in this offense. Had 2 touchdowns in his first game. He's now on the board right now. What a difference maker and a playmaker he's going to be this season for this offense.
And let's check in with Kevin Connors in the studio. Kevin?
All right, guys, got a final score on one of the more intriguing games this week. Tennessee managed to eke out the victory in a tighter-than-expected one. And they'll be singing from the top of Rocky Top after this one, no matter the final score. All that speculation all week, and now we know. But something tells me, fellas, we haven't heard the last of either of these teams.
Kevin, thanks a lot for that one. Sounds as if they had a good one there. They'll snap the ball. First play of the drive coming from their own 24. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down.
Not many receivers like to get hit. They just don't, okay? They're prima donnas. That's what they are. That's who they are. Nice job by the defender. You could tell he was catching the football. He was going to put a hit on him to make sure he had to think about something later, and you could see the ball pop out and fall to the ground.
Grabbed over the middle. It's Messer. Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with a first down. One of the great programs in the history of the sport, sort of built on the running game, but these days, Ohio State defined by explosive pass plays.
Yeah, and you can call yourself whatever you want. A lot of people claim different things like wide receiver U, but when you look at Ohio State, in the past several years, going back 10 years probably, you could pick so many big names of guys who have been superstars, not only at the college level, but also at the NFL level.
Now they'll line it up from the 44 on 1st and 10. Looking to throw, it's Sayin. Pressure coming. Good job to avoid the negative play and just get rid of that thing.
I think he's showing you his experience on that decision right there. There was nothing open, so don't try to force it into coverage. You've got the lead. If it's not there, just throw it away. The head coach loves to see his quarterback make that kind of decision.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Wide receiver going in motion. From the gun, he leaves it with the back. And how about that play by that giant, that mountain of a man on the defensive front?
You just got to wonder how frustrated this guy is, especially after the success he had their last game out, but just nothing going in this one. He has not been able to get himself into a rhythm. There's been way too much penetration up front defensively. They've been able to stop him in his tracks.
Decibels rising as the crowd gets behind this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Oh, they really could have used that catch there. Physical pass defense. It brings up a 4th down. And the Buckeyes line up to punt it away. Let's see what he can do with it. Feet. He'll be guided out of bounds, but not before a nifty return on that one. First snap of this drive will come from their own 32. The give to the tailback. Plows through the defense. Good pickup on the ground, and they'll mark him down at the 39.
You know, with defense, it's this pick or poison game, right? Like, I got to play a little bit soft and make them run the football, but when I do that, I give the running back space, and right there you can tell he takes advantage of it.
And the Longhorns with myriad options after that big pickup on 1st down. Out of the shotgun, they go to the ground. Tackled at the 45 after a 5-yard pickup.
Love the push by the offensive line on that RPO play. Look how they just work the single teams and the double teams. You see linemen chipping off of their guys and climbing into the 2nd level and getting a hat on the linebacker. That's why those types of plays are successful.
The give on the inside. They'll rip off 8 on that play. It's 2nd and 2.
Offenses, when they run these RPOs, they just want to be comfortable. The quarterback wants to make the read very easy, very clean. It's your job as a defense, kind of create some confusion, speed up that process any way you can.
Quickly to the tight end. He's brought down, but it'll be enough for a 1st down.
Man, we're seeing the tight end used more and more in the passing game. You see him move him inside. You see him move him outside. You see him move him in the box to block people. So here they put him in the slot and just have a nice little pitch and catch session.
Gives it to the back on the draw. He never had a chance on the draw. Tackled almost as soon as he got the ball.
I like the idea of going draw there. You're trying to sell pass, but you still need to do a better job up front executing those blocks. There's too many one-on-ones where they got beat, and as a result, they suffer a negative play.
The Longhorns have put themselves in dire straits after that last play. It's 2nd and a mile. Looking for a man. It's Flagway. Grabbed in the middle. It's McCutcheon. They make the stop, trying to pick up just a little bit at a time to get to that 1st down marker.
These are simple routes, the drag routes that go across the field, but they actually can turn into huge plays. You see all the speed on the outside out wide receiver. You get it in his hands quick, he can go make a play, make one guy miss, and maybe next time he can make an even bigger game.
Complete to the right. Touchdown, Longhorns!
anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
They're set to kick it off, and this crowd now ready to get behind them. Fielded in the end zone. It's Graham. He was looking for some running room, but not much to be found as he stopped at the 18. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Off the play fake on first down, wants to throw. Unloads to the right. A beautifully placed ball to the outside, and the toe drag for the big pickup.
He runs out of bounds at the 33. Good enough for a first down.
One more period to go to see who can make the winning plays and come home with the victory.
Ohio State, 17.
They go back to work with a first down in the final period of this one. Looking to pass, it's SIGH. Pocket breaking down. Makes the grab. The defense got caught that time, and they finally get him on the ground at the 41.
Nice job by the receiver there, running the drag route against zone coverage, finding the soft spot, making it easy on his quarterback to get the completion. He turns it upfield, and he moves the sticks.
Motion from the wide receiver. Wants to go up top on first down. Get it out on the screen. Past the 30. Oh, he's got some space. They make the stop, but not before he sets them up with a first and goal from the 10.
Well, this offense has shown you it doesn't take a lot of time for them to generate explosive plays through the air. Big completion on the previous play. They take another shot and hit it, and they have completely flipped the field.
They are really clicking along, first and goal on just the fourth play of the drive. To the air on first down. Quarterback strolling away from Heat. Touchdown, Buckeyes! And they grab the advantage, taking the lead here in the fourth.
And the timing had to be perfect. Down here, this close to the red zone, the windows to throw into are so small, but the quarterback, his receiver, on the same page. And with that touchdown catch, they now take the lead.
If he makes this one, the lead will be 3, and at least a field goal won't beat you. And the extra point puts them up by a field goal. Quick work on that scoring drive, just 4 plays. And they finish it off by connecting from 10 yards out. They're coming out to tee it up for the kickoff, and that last score was a real buzzkill for this crowd. And it'll come out to the 25, no attempt at a return. The drive starts from their own 25-yard line. Back to pass, it's Lagway. Unloads to the wideout. Got his man to the left. Major gaps in that defense, and he got loose, and they finally knock him down at the 41.
That's what's so scary about this offense. They've got guys in the perimeter that can change the game in one single play, and you saw it right there. Too much speed on the perimeter to create that explosive play.
Looking to throw on first down. Finds his man. It's Fletcher. You want to talk about running behind your pads as he plows his way to the 35. The old saying is, you'll never go broke taking a profit. No matter how small, just keep building up the bank account.
Yep, and when the defense wants to drop back and not give up those big plays, a lot of times they're going to force you to be patient. And when you show them you can do that, it'll pay dividends in the long run.
Well, it's a nice job by the defender. They're closing the gap with the wide receiver. They're going to complete the hitch pass, but he's able to run right up on him, get him to the ground for a minimal gain.
The Longhorns with the 1st and 10. Wants to throw again. Complete with conviction on the crosser. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there and still a little ground to cover to pick up the 1st.
I like the decision by the quarterback here. Just get the ball out of your hands, get it to your playmaker. A lot of times they'll dance and make even bigger plays than he did here, but it was still a positive game.
And the Longhorns can really attack on this 2nd and short. Looking to fire. Finds his target down the middle. The Longhorns get enough for the 1st down. Here's this offense with a fresh set of downs. Rides the back and leaves it. That is a big win for this defense as they were right there as soon as he got the ball.
We're trying to run the ball on 1st down, guys, but just nothing doing up front. Their offensive line got blown up on that play. There was nowhere for that guy to go.
Got his man. They'll get it down to the 10-yard line on that completion.
You get the completion, and now you set up a manageable 3rd down situation in the red zone. This is a huge down in distance in this game.
Really need to pick up this conversion and avoid having to settle for the field goal. They'll stick to the ground looking for the marker. He's going to come up a couple of yards short of the 1st down.
Gain of 1. Now, a 4th down.
Down a possession here in the 4th, and they'll need to convert on this 4th down. We've reached the 2-minute timeout, and time is of the essence for this offense to get things done. It's a 1-score game late, and they've got to go for it on 4th down. Tries to get it on the ground. Will not get there. A 4th down stop.
Hey, if you're going to go for it on 4th down and you decide to run the football, you've got to be sure up front that you're going to win in the trenches. They didn't get it done that time. They need to be more physical moving forward if they're going to try to do that again in the same type of situation in this game.
Opening play of this drive comes from the 11. Not always the old line. Sometimes those receivers want to get a jump on the snap count, and they'll move them back. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They've got them pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. They'll keep it on the ground to keep this clock moving. Not much running room there thanks to this senior defender.
And this is a pressing time for this defense. They've got to understand, they're backed up a little bit. They're going to run the football. They don't want to make a mistake. So I think this is the time I'm a little bit more aggressive. I got to get this football back to my offense because I'm trailing. So I look for this defense to get a little bit aggressive.
Might as well keep pounding that rock if this point in the game, even though it's 2nd and 12. They'll give it to the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. Quick timeout called by the defense, stopping the clock to save as much time as possible for their offense. Horns up and ready to hook them. Serious noise on 3rd down in DKR. Here's the handoff. He was able to get it out to the 17-yard line, but a 4th down is coming. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. The Buckeyes will try to pin them back with the punt. He's getting a lot of work. 4th time he's punted tonight. Hauls it in at the 40. He only needs a sliver of daylight. Returns like that are why you don't settle for the fair catch if you don't have to. Picks up just a little bit of yards to help out the O. So now the Longhorns take over and they'll send out the offense. There have been a couple of missed opportunities for these offenses in the last couple. A shot toward the end zone. And they won't make the connection, looking to make a big play there. They immediately call timeout, trying to preserve every second they can to try to rally here late. They're dealing with a 2nd and long.
Get set, get set.
Might be changing the route. To throw, it's Manning. Going back to the well, another deep ball. Touchdown, Texas! And they've got the lead in the final minute.
I think one of the most underrated things we talk about with a QB is timing. Being able to get the ball out of his hands to his receiver where he can continue to catch the football and run with it. Nice pitch, nice catch, nice play in the 4th quarter when you needed it for this team to take the lead.
Lining up for the PAT. And the extra point is good, and every point counts. It's now a 4-point lead in the 4th. And for a quick update, let's go to Kevin Connors in the studio.
Boys, expect the unexpected in college football, and for some, this update could fall under that category. USC put together a breathtaking performance inside the Coliseum. And how do you not liken it to the way Leinart and Bush and Lendale White and Dwayne Jarrett used to just annihilate teams? Regardless the outcome today, guys, these are still 2 quality programs.
Lets it fly. Makes the grab down the left side. And he was loose and not stopped until he gets to the 47-yard line. Clock is still running, and they have to get everybody lined up. Looking downfield on 1st down. He'll take another shot here. He just about put this game away if he'd been able to hold on to that one instead. It's 2nd down.
This really has been a masterclass by the quarterback with decision-making, right? We've already seen him throw multiple touchdown passes in the game. He's understood when to take his shots and when to throw it away when things aren't there, like on that last play.
2nd and 10, he'll throw again. Still looking, on the move. Oh, he loves to fire downfield. And the incomplete pass, taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down.
And I'm so interested to see how this young man responds, man. Like, he has been really good all game long. Put up some big numbers, but now it's prime time. It's a big moment. Can he step up in this spotlight, make a big drive, make a big play for his team to maybe go win this football game?
Bought a little time, lets it go. Oh, man, another incompletion. That's 3 in a row. Trailing by a possession, they need to keep the ball. They'll try to convert on 4th down. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. drop the football, and they'll turn it over on downs. Clock is stopped. Timeout used by the defense. 14 seconds left.
And that's a play the quarterback would love to have back. Late in the game, trailing by only one possession on 4th down, it looked like there was a window to put that football in, to get the catch, keep the drive going. The quarterback has an inaccurate pass. It falls incomplete, and that is probably going to do it.
What a show both of these teams put on today. Couple of outstanding squads, hotly contested battle all the way to the very end.
Yeah, we came into this one expecting this to be a back-and-forth battle. We knew it was going to go down late into the 4th quarter. At the end of the day, the higher-ranked team, David, they were really able to lean on those playmakers and that leadership they've got in the locker room.
Yeah, and now I think even more so, you're starting to believe in them. They're battle-tested. This team they find a way to get things done. That's why they're ranked where they're at. And I expect this team to stay in contention for the college football playoff because they're proving week in and week out they're a really good squad.
That's going to do it from here. For David Pollack and Jesse Palmer, I'm Reese Davis, and you've been watching another presentation of EA Sports College Football.